Catherine Stockett was born in Jackson, Mississippi. She is an American writer. She grew up in Jackson and, after the degree in English and creative writing at the University of Alabama, she lived in New York, working in the publicity sector for weekly and daily magazines. Catherine wrote her book The Help in 2009 and in the same year it was published the Italian version. This is her first book and she finished it in 5 years. Initially it was refused from several agents, but in 2009 the book has been published in 35 countries, becoming a bestseller. In 2011, Tale Taylor directed and realized a cinematographic adaptation. Among the main characters there are Emma Stone, Viola Davis, Octavia Spencer and Bryce Dallas Howard. The movie obtained many international recognitions, such as the Oscar to Octavia Spencer as Best Actress, Not Protagonist.
I got a job today.
Where?
Writing for the Jackson Journal. I'm gonna be a serious writer, Mr. Blackley. Hey, Pauline! Bridge Club's in an hour. Did you finish the chicken salad? Does this dress look handmade?
I reckon when you finish it won't.
Well, thank you. Sorry, I'm late.
I've drafted the Home Health Sanitation Initiative,
The what?
a disease preventative bill that requires every white home to have a separate bathroom for the colored help.
I'd like to write something from the point of view of the help. These colored women raise white children, and in 20 years, those children become the boss. We love them, and they love us, but they can't even use the toilets in our houses. Don't you find that ironic, Miss Dunn?
No maid in her right mind is ever going to tell you the truth.
I'd like to do a book of interviews about working with white families.
The main differences between the book and the cinematographic adaptation concern the character of the mother of the protagonist. In fact, in the film, the mother is represented as a more understanding and sweet person than how she really is. In the book, the mother's figure is close and is perched in the ideal of the good woman of the South, getting to the point to not to tell to her family about her disease, and to fire her housemaid, who was like a second mother for her daughter, without telling nothing to her for a long time. The story is told from the point of view of three narrators: Evelyn Clark, an African housemaid who spent her life taking care of the sons of white families, while she lost her son in a job accident. Minnie Jackson, another African housemaid who has been fired many times because of her bad disposition, despite her need of money to maintain her family. Then there is Eugenia Phelan, or Skeeter, a young white girl just graduated who hopes to become a writer, unlikely all her contemporaries who are already married and totally devoted to their families. In 1962, after her degree, she came back home in Jackson. The young girl considers very important her job career, and this is the reason why she accepted a little job in a city daily paper and tried to create an editorial project with a New York publishing house in which the influential Miss Stein wants to help her. Skeeter looks around her and finds always more unbelievable the situation in Mississippi, which is characterized by racism and segregation. In this city, many African women work as housemaid in white families' houses, forced to continuous humiliation and discriminating treatments. Skeeter, for her editorial project, finds interesting writing something about the condition of these women, but from their point of view. Also, if Evelyn had many doubts, she accepted to help the young girl and will be followed by Minnie because of their work condition. Miss Stein is really interested by this project and asks to the young girl more testimonies to publish the book. But because of violence and threats against black people, the other housemaid refused to participate. The situation changed with the death of Medgar Evers, an activist for African rights, but also with the encouragement of the manifestation of the movement for civil rights led by Martin Luther King, which will take the other housemaid to help the young girl. Skeeter will obtain the production of her book, and she'll divide the income of the book with the women who helped her. And at the end, she will leave Jackson to go to New York and follow her dream, becoming a writer.
Courage is daring to do what is right in spite of the weakness of our flesh.
All right, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna help with your stories.
Y'all two brought me into this, but I'm gonna finish it.
It's quite scandalous. Sounds like Jackson, if you ask me.
What's the matter, baby? You're a godless woman.
Courage sometimes skips a generation. Thank you for bringing it back to our family.